Welcome to the GTG Builders channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about furnaces versus heat pumps. Heat pumps have become really popular. They're being pushed by the manufacturers, and some people feel that environmentally they're a benefit. But we're going to talk to you about a furnace versus a heat pump decision based upon what we've experienced over the past 20 years of business, not what you see in the popular media or the data that the manufacturers are pushing. So if you're thinking about upgrading, changing, or building a custom home, and you don't know if you should go with a furnace or a heat pump, or you don't know the difference, stick around a few minutes, we'll talk about it. And if you stick around till the end, we're going to make one suggestion that potentially could save you thousands of dollars a year, and we hope that they're valuable to you. I'm Andrew Genitossi. I'm one of the owners of GTG Builders. So, furnace versus heat pump. The first major decision point is, if you want a heat pump, you should get a heat pump. Many times people come to us and defend their ideas of why they want a heat pump. It's okay with me. I think it's a product that if you're interested in having an electric heating and cooling system, great, I'm happy. One of the main factors that we use when we decide what to recommend is, what is your fuel source? If you have natural gas, we tend to lean towards a good old-fashioned furnace, super high efficiency, and we think that is the best product. If you don't have availability to get natural gas from the street, and your only options are oil, propane, or electric, now we're going to start talking about a heat pump, which is a product that runs on electricity as an energy source and can be super efficient. A couple of things to know about furnaces is they are tried and true technology. They can come in super efficiency, and to get a super efficient furnace, you don't need to spend a whole lot more money versus a standard efficiency, which even a standard efficiency gas-fired furnace is going to be much more efficient than something that was purchased 10 years ago. So that furnace can produce hot air and blow that through your home, the same as a heat pump would. If your options are oil, propane, or electric, the heat pumps do become a significant decision point, and we've seen them function really well in a new custom home. I personally would not recommend a heat pump be installed into an older home. Potentially that home is leaking energy through windows, poor insulation, and I do have some questions about, can that heat pump catch up? Although manufacturers will tell us that they can, we have experience over 20 years that says, here in New Jersey, which is super important, when it's super cold or when it's super hot, if you have a house that's not super efficient, that's not airtight, that heat pump can work too hard and shut itself down, or it can run into problems. If you don't live in an area where it gets super cold and then super hot, then a heat pump may be a good choice because it can be sized to work efficiently in your home. If you do have an older home, you got to be really cautious that that heat pump can catch up and keep up at those times. Another comparison point about heat pumps versus a furnace is lifetime. How long will that system last? We're told to expect heat pumps to last forever, like a furnace. It seems that is not exactly accurate. Some of the data that we're seeing coming out of both the US and Europe tends to compare the life of a furnace being around 20 years to 25 years, and that of a heat pump being 12 to 15 years. That number being correlated to how hard it has to work to keep up. So if you're installing a brand new high efficiency heat pump in your old drafty home, you may expect it to last a lot less than a furnace. If you're installing that heat pump in a super efficient home, then we would expect to see a higher level And again, the data that we're seeing from real use is that maybe 15 years on average. So a couple of things to think about: furnace versus heat pump. And we're always happy to discuss what we know about them. We're always, for our clients, we have them speak with our HVAC professionals if they're interested. Now, if your fuel sources are either electric or oil or propane, then yeah, heat pumps, super efficient, gives you an opportunity. Put up some solar panels, battery banks, and you can really run into a net zero situation for your heating and cooling. We'd love to see that, but it takes work, it takes effort, and it takes best practices to get a super efficient building envelope so that that heat pump functions the way you want. And I teased you a little bit about how to save money. If you're a client out there who's got a furnace fired by natural gas or propane, please make sure you do not have a maintenance agreement that you're paying thousands of dollars a year. These systems, tried and true furnaces, modern furnaces that burn gas, natural gas or propane, there is no maintenance on an annual basis. The maintenance is change that filter. If something does go wrong once in a while, then you call in an HVAC professional, someone local, but you do not need someone coming in once a year and charging you thousands of dollars to clean. That is old fashioned. That is an oil burner. That is somebody potentially, what we see all the time, taking advantage of people who don't know that a gas-fired furnace does not require annual maintenance. I hope that's helpful. Hope you learned something. If something I've said doesn't track with what you believe, leave me a comment. I'd be really interested in talking to you. Certainly people have different experiences, and certainly different parts of the country have different experiences. So I'm always looking to learn, and I'm always looking to educate you, because here at GTG Builders, we're not just a custom home builder. We're an education company. We educate our clients on what we've learned over the years, and we hope that helps them make really good decisions.